Bitcoin just rallied to $52,000. Hey guys, what's going on? Jab here. Hey guys, what's going on? Jab here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing some blank-to-bank technical analysis on Bitcoin. This is the series where we take a blank chart and I show you step-by-step how to do analysis on this chart so that you can bank in your trading. In this video, I'm going to be giving you my 6-month price prediction on Bitcoin. So without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, this is where we are going, but this is where we're starting. The very first step of technical analysis is starting with a blank chart, so let me show you what I like to do first. What I like to do is find important levels of support and resistance and go ahead and throw them on our chart. Very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a level of resistance at our current all-time high of $52,000. I'm also going to put a level of support down, and I'm going to double-click it and change our coordinates to $50,000 flat. The reason for this is because $50,000 is what we call a big even. For anyone in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, you'll be familiar with the concept of mass psychology. One of the things that mass psychology says is that whenever you have a large, big even price level like $50,000, you're more likely to see that as a level of support or resistance. Why? Well, where would you rather put a trade? At $50,000 flat, a nice, clean, good-looking, sexy number, or are you going to put your sell order at $46,729.42? You're probably going to do it at $50,000 just because that's the way human psychology works. So $50,000 is a support level for us. We're going to come back to that later. Another couple of levels that jump out at me are $42,000. This is a previous all-time high figure back on January the 8th. And I'm also going to put a level of support here at $41,000 because we saw a high touch right here and right here. Following our 3% rule, these two levels are very close to each other, so we're going to go ahead and draw a box of support. This is a zone of support that may come in handy later. Now, I think we found all of our flat levels of support. Now I want to look for trend lines. Going down to the hourly chart so that we have more resolution, I want to zoom out and show you that over the last 4 weeks or so, Bitcoin has been in a very clear uptrend. A lot of times when you see a very clear uptrend like this, you'll be able to find a trend line that defines it, and in fact, there's one right here. We find this trend line by connecting this low, this low, this low, and even 1, 2, 3 miniature lows that we've seen more recently. This uptrend very well may turn into a very strong level of support for us in the future. I also want to show you another trend line of support that I found. I was doing analysis down here on the hourly chart, and I noticed that we can connect these two lows right here. And the cool thing is, if you back extrapolate this trend line, you're going to find that it's actually very, very important. Not only do we have touches right here and here, but we also have a resistance touch here, support here, resistance here, support, support, resistance, etc. This is a very powerful uptrending level of support that has been impactful for a long time and one that we should be paying attention to. The very last thing I want to show you is this uptrending level of resistance right here. And this is very important when we get to our analysis because Bitcoin has just broken above it. Notice how Bitcoin had a touch here, 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 and here, and fifth time was the charm. Don't you know, we broke up to where we're currently trading at 51,700. Okay, cool. What we're going to do now is we're going to zoom back out to the daily chart, and I want to show you the RSI and the MACD. The reason we're going to look at the RSI is we want to look and see if there's any overbought or oversold signals, and the MACD will give us some gauge of how strong this trend is. Starting with RSI, we can see that Bitcoin's RSI is sitting right here around 75. And while yes, anything over 70 is considered overextended, doing some historical analysis on this market that will show in the last year, ever since this vertical line, we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major rallies above 70. In all 4 of our previous rallies, RSI has rallied anywhere between 80 and 90. This time we're only sitting at 75. That means there might be more fuel in the tank and we might be going higher. Moving on to MACD, you guys can see that MACD did have its histogram bars converging on itself for 5 days. That meant the bears were starting to take control back, but as of today, the histogram has flipped direction. We're now seeing bullish divergence on the daily chart MACD. That's a very good sign. Before we get further into the video, let's talk about Bybit, the best and most reliable trading platform. Bybit is great about helping you stay up to date on real-time market fluctuations, keeping you informed on what your crypto is doing. Your funds are securely stored in a multi-signature cold wallet. This allows for collections and withdrawals to be made via offline signatures. If you're looking for a great trading platform, you can get connected by using our Bybit affiliate link down below. In fact, that's such a good sign that at the time of recording this video, Bitcoin is trading right at all-time high and very well may have broken out by the time this video goes live. Okay, moving on, we have to look at our technical indicators. The first one I like to look at is our volume. Notice volume has been increasing over the last 4 days, but compared to what we were seeing just a couple of weeks ago, volume is much lower now than it was back in January. Remember, the reason volume is so important is because having high volume generally means you have a strong trend. When you have low volume, you have a weak trend. If we had a strong bull market, a strong bull trend, and all of a sudden that's turning into a weak bull market and a weak bull trend, what does that mean? Might mean we're flipping bearish. We'll come back to that. Next thing we need to look at is something called the TD sequential. You notice we do not have a 9 flash up here like we had back here on the 5th of February. That's a good sign. We can move on from that. 4 simple moving averages doesn't show a whole lot. None of these are anywhere near where we would need them to be used as support, but VPVR does show us something very important. It shows us that we don't have a lot of support up here. Remember, guys, VPVR is calculated based on how much time this market spent at a particular price level. This red line represents the maximum, and that's $9,250. Bitcoin spent more time at $9,250 than it has at any other place in this period of the market's history. We don't have much VPVR support up here because we haven't been up here very long. What that means is that any sideways trading we do is actually a very good thing for the market because we're locking in gains. Moving right along, let's check the Bollinger Bands, and we'll notice that the Bollinger Bands are starting to extend, which means volatility is coming back. Very important component of a trend, and we see that Bitcoin is moving up towards this Bollinger Band, but we haven't gotten outside of it yet. To do so, we'd have to rally to nearly $60,000. And then our last indicator being the 20 daily EMA, one of my favorite moving averages in all of analysis, we see that that's giving us support around $44,000. So now with all that said, let's move into our technical analysis. Remember, guys, technical analysis is broken up into 2 sections. You have the technical part and you have the analysis part. You have your technical reading. That's going through and reading all of the technical indicators, having all of that information floating around in your head. And then the analysis portion is where we take all of those ideas, all of those thoughts, and we let them land into one concrete theory, and that is our analysis. So my analysis of this market is that Bitcoin is very bullish. My analysis of this market is that the fundamentals are driving this market very powerfully. We just broke $50,000, and that is an incredible development. I remember when I got into the cryptocurrency space and Bitcoin was trading at $2,900 over 3.5 years ago, everybody had this pie in the sky idea that maybe one day Bitcoin would go to $10,000. Maybe one day Bitcoin might go to $15,000. And now if you say Bitcoin's going to $10,000, everybody like freaks out and starts panic selling. Don't do that. The fact of the matter is, breaking $50,000 is an incredible development, and the fundamentals are very strong. We also see that the RSI sitting at 75 has room to run up to 85 or even 90 before it's just going to be demanded to correct. There might be more steam left in the tank, and the fact that volume is increasing over the last 5 days may be indicative that this rally isn't over. Maybe we're about to break $52,000 and move higher. Not only that, guys, if Bitcoin were to pull back, we have strong support at $41,000 and $42,000, and we have even stronger support right below us in the form of 2 uptrends that we talked about earlier. So here's my long-term prediction on Bitcoin. My 6-month prediction on Bitcoin is that we are going to hit over $75,000 in the next 6 months. That's where I think Bitcoin is going. I said that I thought Bitcoin was going to $50,000 before the end of March. It has now happened. I now think Bitcoin is going to $75,000 before the end of August. I want to hear your opinions in the comments section down below. Where do you think Bitcoin is going? Do you think we're going to $100,000 in that time? Do you think Bitcoin's going to $200,000 in that time? Do you think Bitcoin's going to 0? I want to hear your opinion no matter what it is in the comments section down below. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing. It's totally free. And pray for me because I had to re-record this video because I forgot to turn the camera on. I really hope I'm recording. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it out for today's video. Before I go, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.